Okay, so come to a comfortable seat. Welcome, everyone. I've been playing with this idea of just because of the time and I'm a school teacher, so I've been in conversations with my school district about reopening and what that might look like, and that's been creating some anxiety a little bit. So I've been playing with this idea of light versus dark. And I found a couple quotes that I thought would be fitting for today's class. So option 2, close your eyes if that feels good to you, or just look down at the ground, whatever feels comfortable to you, as I share this quote with you. Before you can see the light, you have to deal with the darkness. Therefore, however vast the darkness, we must supply our own light. So let that sit for a moment. I thought that was really interesting. Because for me, it's understanding that it's a balance, like everything, right? It's a balance. Some days we feel joyous and light and excited, and other days we feel really heavy and sometimes a little bit dark. And I'm learning to experience when I'm in those moments, because there's lessons in both of them, and you need both to coexist equally. So throughout the practice today, we'll play with that idea. There'll be some poses that might feel really open and wonderful to you, but there might be some poses that feel a little bit dark, and your mind might say, okay, I need to get out of this pose. So I invite you to just explore that and play with that and see. It's a different experience for everyone. But again, with that idea of we need both to grow and to strengthen and to grow. Softly close the eyes. Draw the shoulders up towards the ears, let them rest on the back as you bring the hands in towards the waist. Please know everything that I offer is an invitation, not an obligation. So if something's not working for you, please don't do it. Take the ears in line with the shoulders so the neck isn't forward. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out through an open mouth, release. Inhale in. Get length in the side body. Exhale out while maintaining the lift. Inhale in through the nose, pause at the top. Feel that length that you've created. Keep that as you exhale down, letting go. Come to a breath that's neutral and comfortable to you. Fold your hands in front of an unfolded, open heart. And I invite you to tap into how you're feeling in this moment. Are you leaning more towards light, leaning more towards dark? Depending on where you are right now. And just notice it. Accept it. Because when we accept it, that's when we can move past it and through it. Blink your eyes open, and let's get started. So we'll come to our hands and knees. You can always pad the knees if you need it. Have your blocks towards the front of the mat. And we'll come into a tabletop. So click the toes behind you, and then we'll warm up the wrists. So So bring the torso forward and shift the hips back. Kind of warming up the wrists here a little bit. Maybe add in the breath, so inhaling forward, exhaling back. Go as fast and slow as you need to. And then take the fingertips towards the sides of the mat, keeping the palms down. So kind of like looking this way, okay? And then rock the torso back and forth. If you need more, you can lift the palms as you rock, kind of getting into the fingertips a little bit. And now, paying attention to your wrists and keeping the palms down, start to turn the fingertips towards the outside to bring the fingertips behind you, pointing towards the knees. Now, if that's a lot, just don't turn them as far. That's all. Right? So you should feel, I don't want to tell you what to feel, but you should feel a stretch, but not like sharp pains. And if that's the case, just back off the stretch. Okay? Tone the belly, maybe take the hips back. Just warming up. I find I've been doing this a lot lately before my practice, and it helps with my hands. I get a lot of hand pain during practice, so this really helps to stretch that out. I think it's from typing all day. Shift the body forward and start to turn the fingertips forward. So now, a little bit more on this for stretching. So we'll make this a three-parter. So press into the fingertips and lift just the palms of the hands, okay? Once you do that, then come onto the fingertips. Now lower the fingertips, keep the palms lifted, and then bring the palms down. So palms lift, fingertips. Lower the fingertips, palms down. Keep going, palms lift, fingertips lift. Lower, palms down. And you can go as fast as slow as you want to, right? But the faster you go, the more intense it is. Yeah, I just learned this one. I really like this one. Maybe some of you agree, maybe some of you, this is your dark place, I don't know. Okay, and then lean back, stretch it out, shake it out. Okay, so I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see this here, but stay forward on your mat. So we'll keep the left leg bent and have the tippy toes pointing, okay, so it kind of looks like this, all right? And then maybe you can always pad the knee, and then take your right leg straight out to the side, keep the inner thigh lifting, and then you can stay here, tone the belly, root the ribs in, or you can start to work the arms forward, taking the hips back, coming into like downward facing dog arms. Ears in line with the biceps, and then keep working that right foot into the earth. Inhale. Exhale. Yeah, and like I said, you can always be here on bridge tops, and if the arms forward is too much, taking the wrists underneath the shoulders. Good, and then bring the hips forward, inhale forward, and they'll come to the opposite side. So take that left leg out. You can always pad that right knee if you need it. And then keeping the foot flat on the floor, if you can. You can always be on the edge, the toe, if you need to. Otherwise, you get more of a stretch if the foot is flat. Keep that inner thigh lifting, and then start to walk the arms forward as you take the hips back. Keep knitting the shoulders up and in, the ribs in. Root the arm bones up and back. Ears in line with the biceps if the arms are forward. So this is a lot, again, this is the thing. Right here. Just listen to your body, kind of explore here. Keep pressing into that left foot, keep lifting that inner thigh. Good. Good, inhale, shift the torso forward. And then we'll find downward facing dog. So plant the hands, walk the hips, the knees back a little bit further, right? So wrists are forward of the shoulders, fingertips nice and wide, hug the palms in towards each other, index fingers parallel to each other to the mat. So knit the ribs up and in, hug everything into the midline, lift the knees up and just hover off the mat here. Now, pressing into the hands, take the chest towards the thighs, arm bones stay lifted, hips up towards the sky. Draw the ribs in, and then you can start to work the legs straight. If the back is rounding, bend the knees, take the hips up towards the sky, take the feet a little bit wider. It just creates more space. Arm bones lift, hug the palms in towards each other. Maybe pedal it out. Bending one knee, bending the other. So the goal here is I guess, feet flat, right? But mine don't really do that. So it's important to have the curve in the spine. So I need to bend my knees a little bit to do that. Good, inhale, shift forward, plank pose. Now in plank, you can always drop the knees here. So having shoulders in line with the wrists. Tone the belly, squeeze the backside. If the back is round, is dropping, keep the belly up and in. I suggest knees down. Otherwise, knees up. Shoulder blades up and back. So if you find that your hips are dropping, lift the thighs, lift the belly. And we're still in plank, I know. Keep breathing. Squeeze the backside, hug the hands in. Take a breath in. Good, exhale back, downward facing dog. Find that curve in your lumbar spine. So again, maybe taking the feet a little bit wider, bend the knees, arm bones lift, belly up and in, so lift the ribs in, hips up towards the sky. Oh my goodness, there's so much to think about. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just flow here. Inhale, plank pose. So as you're doing this, keep the hips in line with the shoulders rather than dropping the thighs. Downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Good. Inhale, lift the right leg up. And then drive down in that left heel. Tap your right hip down. Draw the belly in, arm bones lift. Inhale, draw right knee to nose. Really push the earth away. Hug in, and then swing that right foot through. We'll come to pigeon pose. So walk the right leg over towards the left. And then we'll take that, flex that right foot, come down on that right hip. Now to re-engage, okay, take that right hip back, left hip forward, so you're not resting on the right hip. Keep that right foot really active. I know it's early in the hips here. And then drive through that left leg. So heel up towards the sky. If this is a lot on your knees, you can do this on your back in like a figure 4. So it might look something like this. You might be on your back, crossing the right ankle over the left thigh, maybe taking a bind. Keep both feet active to protect the knees. Keep breathing. Press into the earth, downward facing dog. So re-engage, take inventory in your hands, hands nice and wide, arm bones lift, belly button up and in. Space in the thighs. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Good, drive through that right foot to get a calf stretch. And then take that left hip and tack it down. Inhale, draw knee to nose. Press the earth away, draw the belly in, and then swing that left foot through. Now you can always take your left hand or left calf and kind of bring that leg forward. And then start to walk that left foot over towards the right side of the mat, pigeon pose. Bring that back knee down. And then once you come down, right now I'm leaning on that left hip. So I'm gonna lift up and take that left hip back, right hip forward so that my glute is off the ground. Keep that front leg straight, flexed. You can always bring the left heel closer towards your hips to help square your hips more towards the front of the mat. That might be a little bit easier for you. Or I don't want to say easier, say accessible. That's a good word. And again, if this is too much, right now you can do this on your back. Engage your right glute by hugging that left hip back, right hip forward. Draw the belly in. You can stay lifted or bring the chest forward. Power through that right foot. I remember when I first started yoga, this was a dark pose for me. And some of you might be able to relate. I was a runner for many years and my hips were very, very tight, my hip flexors. So this did not feel good to me. But again, just over time, I've just learned to kind of when to let go, when to engage, and now this is like one of my favorite poses. It's funny how things happen like that. Press into the earth, downward facing dog. Arm bones lift, belly up and in. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Good, and then driving through that left heel, maybe stay here, or maybe bend at that right leg, opening up at the hip. Keep lifting through that left arm bone so the arm bone's not dropping. Lift from the right inner thigh. Press into the hands. Swing it through between the hands by warrior one. So if you have your blocks, you can take hands to blocks by taking the blocks and the foot between the blocks, okay, if you need that. Draw your right hip back, left hip forward, okay? You can always bring the back knee down or take hands to front thighs. So take your right hip back, left hip forward. And then clasp the hands, press the palms forward. Draw the shoulders up toward the ears, plug the shoulders back. Keep the ribs in. Option to stay here or start to work the arms overhead. Ears in line with the biceps. Now, if this is a lot, separate the hands. Palms up towards the sky. So you might be here. Maybe arms are a little bit wider, okay? But if you're opening the shoulders, you can start to take the hands closer together. So listen to your body here. Inhale. Good. Exhale down. Take that left hand to a block or to the floor. Okay? Take your right hand to front thigh. Now back knee can be down here. Get length in the spine. Eye of the left elbow forward. Inhale. And then start to twist. So your right hand can stay on your right thigh, working that right shoulder back. Maybe right arm up towards the sky. Keep the back thigh lifting if it's lifted. Otherwise, if it's down, work that right shoulder blade up and back. One more breath. Good. Exhale down. Step back. Plank pose. Draw the belly in, shoulders up and back. Keep the thighs lifting. Squeeze the backside. Wrists are slightly forward of the shoulders. Good, now you can always drop the knees if the knees were dropped, or keep the knees lifted, not the feet lifted, that's interesting. Come down on your forearms. So in forearm plank, have your elbows slightly forward of the shoulders, and then the arms are shoulder width apart. Keep the belly lifting, shoulder blades up and back. Tone the backside. Again, if your hips are dropping, drop the knees. One more breath. Inhale, belly button to spine. Good, exhale, drop the knees. Beautiful. And then we'll come into Sphinx pose. So arms are in the same position as forearm plank, right? But just to realign, forearms are shoulder width apart. Click the tops of the toes down, okay? The elbow creases are slightly forward of your shoulders. So engage the glutes, engage the backside, squeeze the backside so that your knees lift up off the mat. Keep that action. Take a look at the belly button, tone the belly button, and then start to work the shoulder blades up and back as you hug the elbows in towards the waist to bring your chest between the biceps. Inhale, exhale. Keep the belly lifting. If you feel the belly dropping, just re-engage. So take a look at the belly button, lift it up, and then work the shoulder blades up and back as you hug those elbows in towards you to bring the chest between the biceps to open up the shoulders. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale down. Beautiful. So we'll cactus the arms here, okay? Take your forehead down to the mat. Keep the legs engaged. Knees lift. Squeeze the backside, squeeze the belly. Good. Keeping the forehead and the feet down. Inhale, lift just the arms. Now, take your elbows down and palms so that the palms are higher than the elbows. Keep working the shoulder blades up and back. Woo. Do you feel that? I feel that. I don't know if you feel that. Now, on an inhalation, lift just the head and the chest and the torso. Keep the gaze forward and down to protect your neck. Keep working those palms up, elbows down, shoulder blades up and back. I know, we're holding. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Take the thumbs to the base of the chest. And then inhale forward, up, and then back. Cobra pose. Shoulder blades up and back. Tone the belly, tone the backside. And I'm hugging my hands back towards me. So I'm going forward, up, and then back. Now, this is pretty deep, right? But if your shoulders are forward, bend the elbows so that you can create more space to get the shoulders back. So you might be here, right? Tone the belly. Exhale, find downward facing dog, or just pedal it out. Arm bones lift. Good. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Swing it through between the hands. We'll find warrior one. So again, you can have those blocks if you need it. Back knee can be lifted or down, okay? Wherever you are, tack your left hip back, right hip forward. If the back knee is lifted, lift from the inner thigh. Maybe hands come to front thighs. That left knee tracks over the left ankle, so make sure you're long enough so that that knee isn't over the toes. Tone the belly. This time, palms up towards the sky, shoulder blades up and back. Start to work the arms behind you. Palms face each other. So shoulder blades up and back, belly toned. I'm squaring my hips. Maybe hands can clasp, okay? Now from here, shoulder blades up and back, I'm taking the palms away from my hips. If this isn't good for you, just keep the palms facing each other, or you can always use a strap if you have it. I know, are you feeling that front leg? Me too. Inhale. Good, exhale, release, take that right hand to a block or to the floor. Okay, back knee again can always be down. Take that left hand to the front of the left thigh, get length in the side body, inhale, and then start to work that left shoulder blade up and back. You might be here, maybe top arm lifts. All maybes, right? So kind of see where you're at. I was talking to a friend of mine, and she was saying she's just starting yoga, and I've been making some videos for her. And she was like, yeah, these videos, you know, thank you for making them. I know that they're really easy. And I said, yoga is so personal. Like, what is easy, right? So, I mean, that's what I love about this practice. Exhale, bring that back knee down. Step back, we'll come into child's pose. So feet together, knees apart. Press the hips back, arms forward. Rest the head down. If this doesn't feel good, you can bring your head to a block. You can always bring a pillow to the backs of the knees to give you a lift. So I was saying to her, you know, I don't like to use that word easy or hard because it's limiting. And I feel that we all have the power, especially in this practice, to make it, to challenge our own selves. It's such a personal practice that no matter what type of movement or practice it is, there's always a way to extend or challenge if you're ready for that. But I wouldn't say that anything about this practice is easy, mentally or physically. So if you were having those thoughts that, oh, I'm not as good as this other person, I hope that you're a little bit kinder to yourself in that way. Inhale, shift the torso forward, find downward facing dog. And then start to walk the feet towards the hands. Take feet hip widths apart, bend the knees. Take hands to hips. So you're bowing forward, work the shoulder blades up and back, and then root to rise, come to standing. Shake it out. Gorgeous. So again, feet hip widths apart, toes nice and straight. Hug the heels in towards each other, and then line up the knees in line with the ankles. A little bend in the knees there. Okay, so that really kind of fires up the inner thighs. So this is a lot of work just standing. Shoulders in line with the hips, ears in line with the shoulders. Keep hugging those legs in towards each other, those feet in towards each other. I'm really working my feet. And then again, take hands to hips, bend the legs, take the chest towards the thighs, work the shoulder blades up and back, knit the belly up and in. All right, so keep that action. Either cactus, actually let's start here, cactus the arms. Now from here, keep the ribs in, maybe extend the arms forward. Again, if this is a lot in the shoulders, take the arms wider. Now from here, keep the legs where they are and just lift the torso up. Woo! Belly button to spine, maybe tuck the pelvis a little bit. Again, if this is a lot in the arms, either cactus or take the arms wider, like a Y. Like, yay, we're in chair pose. Tone the belly. I know we're still in it. Inhale, press into the earth, straighten the legs. Exhale. Now, bow forward, lead with the heart. So pause halfway, okay? Again, bend those knees, okay? Take one hand to your sacrum, so keep that base of the spine. Keep that curve there. Start to straighten the legs. Start to lead with the heart. If the back starts to round or you have any pain, so I'm kind of nursing an injury today, so I'm going to take my hands to blocks. shoulder blades up and back. I'm gonna bend my knees, and this is good for me right here today, right? So I'm more, I would rather see knees bent, shoulders back, than see back rounding just to touch the ground. Does that make sense? I'm hearing your collective yeses, your virtual yeses. Good, inhale, start leading with the heart. Keep those feet hugging in. Good, inhale, root to rise. Arms overhead, exhale, hands to prayer. Shake it out. Okay, so we're gonna play here a little bit. So I'm gonna give some options, okay? So take a breather for a second, I'll show this one. So, couple things. So my right foot's gonna stay down. Now, option one, I'm on my tippy toes of the left foot with just my heel lifted, okay? So I have my blocks in front. So my toes of the right foot are pointing straight. I'm gonna bend into that right foot, keeping my left toes down, okay? I'm gonna take my right hand to a block. Now, if I wanna go further, I could take it to a lower end, or maybe I can even take it to a shin, or take that right hand to the floor. I'm gonna press into that right foot to lift up. So that's option one. Option two is to lift that left foot off the mat, okay? So it would look something like this. Bending into that right foot, kind of like one-legged chair, which we just did, okay? And I'm gonna take a twist. Oh, actually, I reversed it. So my left leg is lifting, my left hand's gonna go across to the right. Then drive into the right foot, okay? So again, I'll repeat that. Sorry, I messed that up. So right foot down, lift the left leg if it's lifted, or keep the toes down. Bending into the right leg, cross that left hand over towards the right. Maybe top arm can lift, drive into that right leg, and catch it. That's one. We're gonna do 5 on each side, okay? So either toes down or left leg lifted, okay? So let's come to it. So if you haven't already, right toes forward, lift that left leg, draw the belly in. Good, inhale, exhale, take that twist, either right hand at hip or to the sky, left hand taps a block or the floor, drive into that right leg, and lift. Maybe catch that left leg up. That's 1. And 2. Woo, are you feeling that right hip? Hello, hip. Right, and then the slower you go, the more love you get, I guess, right? Gives you more time to enjoy it. I'm on 4. If you did your 5, you can switch sides. Really drive down that right foot. Good, and then shake it out, do like a little hip dance. Do you feel that? So, left side, okay, again, left heels lift and keep the toes down. That's okay if for your balance, if you'd rather have that stability, right? Right leg lifted is just a little bit unstable. Okay, there we go. I'm doing it with you. Right hand taps, press into that left leg. Tap. I'm driving down that left leg to really fire up that outer glute. I don't know about you, but this might be a dark moment for me. But I'm learning. I need to strengthen my gluteus maximus. I have one more. Beautiful. Shake it out. Oh my goodness, have your blocks handy. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, draw the belly in. Inhale, half lift, step back, plank pose. Option to take a vinyasa or meet in downward facing dog. So I'm gonna shift forward, bend at my elbows, keep the belly drawing up and in. Chaturanga Dandasana, inhale forward, up and back, cobra pose. Shoulder blades up and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Swing it through between the hands. Find that warrior one, so that back knee can be down if you need to. Or hands to front thighs. So again, making sure you're long enough so that right knee tracks over the right ankle. Arms up overhead. Draw the belly in. Right hip back, left hip forward. Good, cactus the arms. Shoulder blades up and back. Inhale. Exhale, start to take a twist over toward that bent leg. So again, that back knee can be down. I'm working my right shoulder blade up and back. Option to cactus the arms, or maybe straighten the arms out. I'm working that right shoulder blade up and back. I'm turning from my torso from the ribs. So I'm working that right rib back, left rib forward. Good, inhale. Exhale, take that twist again. So left hand to the floor, right arm up towards the sky. Exhale down, downward facing dog. Good, so come forward, press into the left hand. Eye of the elbow spins forward. Spin the heel, we'll come to the left side of the feet. We'll stack the feet at that full pose, side plank, Vashisthasana. Or maybe take that right leg forward, over towards the center of the mat. Press into the earth, lift the hips, maybe right hand to hip, break that right shoulder blade up and back, maybe top arm up towards the sky. So I'm taking my right leg in front. Maybe stack the hips if you need more. So right hip in line with the left. Squeeze the backside. One more breath. Tone the belly. Good. Exhale down, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Swing it through between the hands. Warrior one with the back heel lifted. Tack that left hip back, right hip forward. Tone the belly, arms up. Keep that back thigh lifting. If the knee is up, you can always bring that back knee down. Again, if this is a lot in the shoulders, take the arms wider. I kind of like that one, like, yes, I'm in it, I'm doing it. Good, now, cactus the arms, start to tone the belly. So I'm gonna take my left ribs back, right ribs forward. I'm not turning from my shoulders. I'm turning from the torso and the core. Tack that left hip back, right hip forward as you start to twist towards the bent leg. Now, careful that notice your torso might be forward. So see if you can take the torso back. So shoulders are in line with the hips. Maybe cactus the arms, maybe arms open. I know, I'm there, I'm with you. Inhale. I'm sweating so much, my glasses are sliding down. Good, one more breath, inhale. Exhale, right hand to the floor, left arm up, left shoulder blade up and back. Kind of here again, keep that back thigh lifting or knee down. Watch your front knee in line with the ankle. One more breath. Exhale, beautiful. Bring that left foot back. We'll come into side plank. So eye of the right elbow spins forward, press into the right hands. Maybe stack the feet, maybe take the top leg forward in front of you. Press into the earth. I'm driving down in that left foot to lift the hips. Maybe left hand to hip, work that shoulder blade up and back. Maybe top arm to sky. Maybe full pose. Maybe all maybes. There's so many maybes. All the places we could go. Keep driving into the belly button into the spine. Driving into the earth with that right hand. Stack the left hip over the right. One more breath, I know. Exhale down. Option, vinyasa, or maybe downward, just go to downward facing dog. Inhale, forward, up and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, walk the feet towards the hands. Take hands to hips, shoulder blades up and back. Tone the belly. Inhale, root to rise. Woo. Grab some water if you need it. We're gonna do one little sequence and then we'll make our way to our backs, okay? We're almost there, I promise. So, I definitely would recommend blocks here. If you don't have blocks, a chair might work, or a wall, if you have a wall space, you can use a wall for this as well, okay, to help you. Otherwise, if you're like, I don't need blocks, then that, that's fine too. So for this, glasses are coming off. Take the feet a little bit, so hip widths apart, okay? Just so, for those of you that don't know, we're coming into Warrior 3, okay? So bend the knees a little bit, bow the heart forward, take hands to blocks. I have my blocks on the tallest side, right? And I'm on my fingertips. So from here, press into the left foot. I'm gonna walk my left foot toward the center of the blocks a little bit more. It gives you more stability. And my blocks are forward of my foot. They're like shoulder width apart. Press into the left foot. I'm lifting my right leg up and back. So from here, I'm gonna tack my right hip down, driving into the earth with that left foot. I'm lifting from the inner thigh, flex through that right foot a lot. Draw the belly in. So you might just be here. This is a lot. Really squeeze that back glute. You can have a little micro bend in that left knee, so you're not locking it out. Right? But you want to think, tack that right hip down. Now from here, maybe left hand comes to left hip. Tone the belly. Maybe right hand to right hip. Shoulder blades up and back. Maybe arms behind. Maybe arms wide. Hardest, or most difficult, most challenging, arms forward. Keep reaching back. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Inhale. Good. Exhale, bend into the left leg, root back, Warrior 1. Really stretch back. Gorgeous. Just for a breath. Now spin that back heel down, find Warrior 2. So you may need to readjust your stance. So when I bend in that left leg, my knee is in line with the ankle, okay? Tuck that front hip under, top hip back, arms extend, shoulders in line with the hips. Back arm lifts as much as the front. Track that left knee in line with the third toe. Gaze over the middle finger. One more breath, inhale. Good, exhale, take forearm to front thigh. Top arm overhead, Parsva Konasana side angle. So tuck that front hip under, top hip back. Now, if this is a lot, you could take your right hand to the hip. Work your right shoulder back. So you might be here. Maybe hands block, maybe full pose, hand to the floor. Keep working that left knee in line with the third toe. One more breath. Exhale down. Beautiful. Drop that back knee. Take the left hand to the inside of the left foot. Walk your back knee back a little bit. We'll come to lizard lunge. Ah. Beautiful. That's not easy, friends, so that was awesome. So again, from here, I'm rooting my left hip back, right hip forward. Now I'm opening up at the hip. So I'm on the pinky edge of my left foot, and my toes are slightly pointing out, like 45 degrees on my mat. If you're gonna do that, that's okay. just make sure that your knee is lining up with the ankle, okay? And that they're kind of in line with each other to protect your knee joint. Now you can stay lifted, maybe come forward. Good, inhale, straighten the arms. Now, you can have blocks on either side of you for this. We'll come into runner's lunge, Hanumanasana prep, full split prep. If you want to do full split, go for it. RL, I know you're here. So tack that left hip back, right hip forward. Shoulder blades up and back. Inhale. Exhale, forward. Have a little micro bend in that left knee. Tacking that left hip back, right hip forward. Inhale. Exhale, forward. Hello, hamstrings, right? Good. So inhale, walk that left, bring that left foot, left heel towards you so that it lines up with the ankle. Press into the earth, lift the back knee up, and then bring that right foot to meet the left. Come to standing. We'll do the other side. Okay? So, right foot comes towards the center of the blocks. Press into the earth. Shoulder blades up and back. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Now, from here, tack that left hip down, right hip up and back. Okay? I'm lifting from the inner thigh and the glute. Flex the back foot a lot like you're pressing into a wall. Now option, right hand to hip. You don't have to do this. Maybe press into the earth, maybe left hand to hip. You might notice one side is a little bit different. Option, arms back. Maybe arms wide. Maybe arms forward. Draw the belly in. I'm extending in opposite direction, like someone's pulling me in opposite directions. One more breath. I know. Inhale. Good. Exhale, bend into the right leg. Reach back, warrior one. Just for a breath. Good. Spin the back heel down. We'll find warrior two. So re-engage your legs. So go long enough so that that knee tracks over the ankle. Tuck that front hip under, top hip back. Track that right knee over the third toe. Extend the arms out. Shoulders in line with the hips. Gaze over the front, the third finger. Back arm lifts as much as the front. One more breath. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Take forearm to front thigh. Hand to front hip, to left hand to hip. Work that left shoulder blade up and back. Tuck that front hip under, top hip back. So driving into the left heel. Maybe top arm overhead. Maybe right hand to a block or to the floor. Front toes nice and straight. Keep drawing the belly in. Inhale. Good. Exhale, left hand down. Take the right hand to the inside of the right foot. Lizard lunge. Gorgeous. Walk that back knee back a little further. So again, you can open up at the hip. Just make sure that knee lines up with the ankle. Toes pointing out a little bit. Right hip back, left hip forward. Maybe go further. Forearms to the mat. Or lift the back knee. Inhale. Exhale it out. Good. Inhale, start to straighten that front leg. Runner's lunge, so take your blocks if you have them underneath your shoulders. And then start to work that right foot forward, toes up towards the sky. And then hug that right hip back, left hip forward. So I'm squeezing right above that right kneecap. Shoulder blades up and back. Inhale. Exhale, lead with the heart. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. If you want to go deeper, full split, by all means, go for it. Inhale. Exhale, beautiful. Good, start to work that right heel in towards the chest. And then with your blocks or hands on the floor, just bring that right leg back. And we'll make our way to our backs. We made it. Oh my goodness. So take your time here. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Make some circles. Knees to the right. And then maybe take the knees to the left. We worked a lot of legs today, so we're not going to do too many back bends today. It's not really a back bendy day. But I invite you to take the feet hip widths apart, palms up, our fingertips up towards the sky, so arms along the torso, bend at the elbows. Work the shoulder blades up and back. Press into the earth. Inhale, lift the hips up, bridge pose. Chin stays lifted. Tone the belly, squeeze the glutes, hug the feet in towards your waist. So fire up the hamstrings. Good, inhale. Exhale, lower the hips. We'll flow here. Inhale the hips up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Squeeze at the top. Exhale, lower. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Beautiful. Take the knees together. Cactus the arms. Work the legs and feet together, and then inhale the legs over towards the right. Keep that left shoulder blade grounding. Tone the belly, maybe gaze over the left side. The left shoulder. If the forearms and the wrists are lifted, you can take the arms nice and wide, like airplane arms. Might be a little more comfortable. Inhale the legs to center, and then exhale them over towards the left. Maybe take the gaze to the right. Keep that right shoulder blade grounding. Good, inhale to center. And then roll to the side, come to sitting just for a moment. We'll take a little twist here, okay? Kind of like a seated twist. So cross the legs. You can always have a lift underneath you, like a blanket or block, okay? Inhale, lift the right arm up. Draw the belly in. And then exhale, take the right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Work your left shoulder blade up and back. Nice tall spine. Inhale. And then exhale, twist. Draw the belly in. Good, inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Good, inhale to center. Switch the cross of the legs. Might feel a little bit wonky. The word of the day, wonky. Inhale, lift that left arm up. Draw the belly in. Exhale, take that left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Work that right shoulder blade up and back. Nice tall spine. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Good, one more. Inhale. Twist from the torso, not from the head. Let the head kind of go with the ride. Good, inhale to center. Maybe walk the arms forward, draw the belly in just for counter stretch. And then option to stay seated for seated meditation or lower down, finding your Shavasana. So lying down nice and flat, feet kind of rest out, like hip wide, mat widths apart. Rest the head down, palms up towards the sky. Squeeze the shoulder blades a little bit to create some space between your neck and the floor. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release through an open mouth. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhale, release. Come to a breath that's comfortable to you. Stay lying down. And I have a final quote I'd like to share with all of you. As you rest, letting the earth hold you. When I understood and accepted my own darkness, I was consumed by my own light. When I understood and accepted my own darkness, I was consumed by my own light. I invite you to stay here longer if you need that time. Otherwise, start to wiggle the fingers and toes, making small movements that feel good to you. Draw the knees in towards the chest, giving yourself a hug, thanking yourself for your practice. And gently roll up to a seated position on your mat. Take your time. Hands together in front of an unfolded, open heart. Balance that beautiful light that's in you and in each other. And may that light guide you in all that you do. Namaste.